Hello, my fellow readers. This is Dark Symphony 777 with a short video. This video is kind of more of a test slash slight update. Something's been going on recently with my laptop. I don't know what happens. I would be on it reading and then it just shut off. Me and my friend are trying to figure out what's going on. Hence why this video kind of exists, because we need to give it a run before I can be able to read it all. But that's not the only thing. I want to talk about what's going to be happening next month with the month of December. And so let's just get into it. The first thing is I will be doing one last review and one last reading for the year. Now, I haven't figured out what the reading is, but the last story I will be doing a review of is Professor Arc by Kaur Al-Aren. So look forward to that probably sometime next week, depending on what happens. I'm already about halfway through it. Story's near 100,000, not near 100,000, near 600,000 words. So it's a very, very long story. And that's why this is going to be the last story I'm going to be reviewing for this year. I'm going to be continuing the reviews next year. But I bet you're wondering, what are you going to do the other weeks? Well, it's December, the end of the year, and I will be doing the top 10 favorite short stories and long stories that I've reviewed / read on this channel for this year. I did this earlier this year with ones from the previous years since I started up to this year. And so this story needs to be cataloged and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that. It's just, spoiler alert, I'm pretty sure Professor Arc's probably going to be number one of the long stories. I'm pretty sure. If it's as good as I'm reading it, I'm still halfway. Oh my god, 600,000 words, so long, and I've been so busy with work and with Thanksgiving and stuff like that. I had no time. And then with this computer thing, I haven't been able to really read that much because I've been focused on just trying to fix my dang laptop. However, that's not the big thing. The big thing is a trilogy of videos that I've been wanting to do for a long time. It's either going to come out the end of this year, it's going to be the last video this year, or the first video of next year. And that will be the introspection of the Mole Trader Abroad. Now, I've been wanting to do this video for a long time. For those of you who don't know the context, I reviewed a story called The Mole Agent's Elevation. And that story was structured very differently from Trader Abroad and Saboteur Island. Basically, when it comes to my reviews, I try not to spoil things because I think if I spoil, the more I spoil and talk about the story in depth, the more I'm discouraging people from actually reading the story, because that's the whole thing with literature than various other mediums. You have to at least leave something to the imagination for the readers, so that way they can go read it themselves. Because guess what? People are going to have different opinions. People are going to have different thoughts of certain characters or plot lines and stuff like that. And so I try and leave the story as spoiler-free as possible. That changed when I did Agent's Elevation, because I said in that video that the story was structured in such a way that I really could not talk in depth. I can talk very minimally about anything in that story. I had one arm tied behind my back, so it's very, very difficult to talk about in any way, shape, or form. And so I had the idea of introspection for a long time, which would basically be a more in-depth look at stories and what made them good, what made them popular, and Chris Etchers is very well known amongst this subset of fanfiction fans. Usually, when he's the guy who popularized the whole stories based off reality shows concept. He's the guy. It was around long before him, but Chris is the guy that made it famous. So I wanted the introspection originally was going to be better off because of course it was. But I figured because of what happened with Agent Elevation, I figured it would be better if I just make Better Off Alone probably like season episode 5 or something like that, and make the first 3 episodes the 3 stories of Chris Etcher's stories, because right now he's working on a 4th, which is based in Super Smash Brothers. Like, we already, like, and I'm really the biggest mystery of, like, who is the Smash host? Like, we already know who the Smash host is. McBallyhoo! But that's basically it. The reason why it took me so long to try and wanted to do this, because I wanted the introspection to have better equipment, stuff like that. And I've been saving and scrounging and stuff like that. So I actually got recently, like, I bought this like last week, a $20 camera off Amazon and a $20-something microphone off Amazon. I bought both of these. I even bought a little USB board so I can actually plug these both in, so I can actually record and stuff like that with sound. This will probably be the last video where you see like the current quality, because let's be honest, the quality is shit. Because I had like no other choice but to do it with this. But now I got these, so I more than likely I'm going to have better quality. So Professor Ark's probably going to be the first video to have these attached with like better quality, better sound, and stuff like that. And I gotta do a whole lot of research, because I gotta go into like the backstory of reality shows and the backstory of what caused Chris Etchers to kind of become the guy with these who became known for these stories. Because, you know, he has like a small YouTube video channel where he just does riddles. Kafu and Yoshi, shout out to Kafu and Yoshi, or Chris Etchers. There is just so much joy to be found with how everything works, and I really do want to go in depth of these stories, because I think they're really, really creative. The only problem I'm going to have with those is I have to reread them. I said it in my reviews of those stories. Rereading these stories is a pain. Like, I kid you not, it is a genuine pain in the ass, because these are, like I said, these are the types of stories where you can't really reread them, because part of the joy is seeing the journey for the first time, but then it just loses that enjoyment simply because of how the story is structured, basically just how it works. It makes it very, very hard to read on repeat. And I'll be reading Trader Abroad and Saboteur's Island for the 3rd time, but I'm guessing I may like Agent's Elevation more after rereading it the 2nd time, now that I know everything that's going to happen, because, again, in my review of that story, it's structured differently enough that you can't really call it a mole story. You can call it a more character-driven story. So who knows? Maybe I might like Agent Elevation more than Saboteur's Island. But that's basically the big thing. It's going to be Professor Ark, one last reading. I'm going to choose... Don't worry, I'm pretty sure I know what the story I want to do a reading of. It's going to be something Toho related with Cerno. The two top 10s, and then finally the first introspection of Trader Abroad. Hopefully, like I said, that's going to be on the last couple days of the year, or it's probably going to be like very, very early of next year. So this, I do appreciate you, everyone, all my fans, all my loyal readers, putting up with this hectic schedule, because I do want to actually do this full time. Like, I genuinely love entertaining you people. I genuinely love having fun, talking about my love of stories and stuff like that. And it's just so enjoyable. Like, I literally bought a $70 program it was on sale for $70, just so I can actually record these videos with you. I do want to do this, and it kind of hurts the fact that because of everything going on at home and with my work, with my job, that I can't really be able to record as often as I can. I even slowed down on reading in the last couple of weeks because of all the stress of everything just jumbling on me. And I do thank everyone. All my little over 100 subscribers for putting up with all the nonsense I have to deal with. With all the nonsense I technically put you through. And thank you. Who knows? Maybe someday, I'll get like 1,000 subscribers and I can do a Patreon and like Subscribe Star and PayPal and all that stuff. Who knows? Who knows? This has been Dark Symphony 777 and cut.